Hello, welcome to 4th FM. Now, today I am with Carmen. Hello.
Hey.
And today we are very excited because today is the World Radio Day.
Okay, so now we're gonna have Sergio talk and Elena talk about the current cinema.
Hello. Hello, so we are going to talk about the movies that one of the movies that has been nominated at the Oscars, that is The Joker. And that movie it's really good. It tells the story of how the Joker became what he is now, and it doesn't have a lot of action, but it's really interesting. And a new movie is Birds of Prey, based on Harley Quinn, that she's the girlfriend of the Joker, but they break up and she has to fight like people that want to kill her. And what do you think about the movie, Elena?
Birds of Prey.
Yes.
I like more than Joker because the Joker is like more slowly than Birds of Prey. I think that Joker movie of like Marvel and not like the life of the Joker.
So
like,
you were disappointed, is what you're saying, with the film. You were
no,
expecting it to
no,
be.
I expected more.
Me too. I expected to be something like Batman versus.
But
the
hey,
Joker.
Batman is not a Marvel
No.
superhero. He's a DC
DC,
superhero.
yes,
I
but
know what you
not-
mean, but if you're expecting your typical superhero film, you will be disappointed because it's not what the film really is about. Although they use the name to attract, I think it's a very clever thing to do because they use the name to attract a lot of people into the theaters, which in turn didn't really see a superhero movie.
Yes.
And Birds of Prey I like, but I think that like
It's more based on Harley Quinn than the Birds of Prey.
yes.
Like at the end it says, and these are the Birds of Prey, but Harley Quinn.
Yes.
You're spoiling. Okay. Spoiler alert.
No, but no, I'm not a spoiler.
Well, no, not a lot of spoilers. I was going to say something else, but I
Good.
shut up.
Good reflexes. Nice.
Okay, so that was very interesting. Now Nerea and Marina are going to talk us about Santander.
Hi, at the end of this month, we are having a trip to Santander. Maria, are you excited about it?
Yes, I'm very excited because I think it's going to be very interesting and it will be unforgettable. And also because it's the next day after my birthday, so I'm very excited.
And I think we have to choose between doing surf or paddle surf. What do you prefer?
I think I'm going to do paddle surf because it's an activity I have not tried before, and I think it's going to be so fun.
Ruben, are you coming with us to Santander?
I think so. Yes. That's what Nuria said. You can never be too sure in this school what's going to happen because planning is not the strength of the school, I think. But yes, I think if nothing bad happens to anybody or to me, I will go.
Also, the rooms are of 8 people. Maria, do you know who are you going with?
Yes, I'm going with Carmen, my sister, Marta, another Marta, Lucia, and Marina.
Okay, thank you. So now we're gonna have some ads. We'll be back soon.
Do you hate shopping and having to buy many different colored t-shirts? Because here we bring you a color 10 t-shirt for every day.
tired of eating vegetables in your day-a-day? We have made a healthy ingredients pizza with a tasty flavor.
Now you can forget about those days where you saw nothing because of the fog, because we bring you the new glasses with which you see everything.
Hey, welcome back. Now we're gonna have Anna and Nadia talk about Valentine's Day.
Hello, Anna.
Hello.
As we all know, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and most of the class we are single. Is very sad, but we know that we have a couple in our class.
So we know that Matthew and Sarah, they're in love, and we know that they're going to do a plan. So what's your plan for tomorrow?
You can tell Sarah.
Actually, we didn't plan anything, so we were just talking like for going to my place and like ordering some pizza for just passing the time. Or maybe we could go for a walk, but I don't really know.
We don't have anything planned, but we're looking out, so we're just looking about what we're going to do.
Wow, that's so romantic. And
Also, one question is because Ruben also has a partner, so what is he going to do?
To be honest, Maria and I don't like Valentine's Day. We never remember when it is. So she has a trip tomorrow. We won't be together tomorrow. We will do something in the afternoon in the evening before she goes. No, she really goes. Sorry, I made a mistake. She goes on Saturday morning. So we will be together tomorrow night. It's just that I think we are going to see some friends. So nothing special for the two of us because we don't really enjoy Valentine's Day that much. But respect for those who do.
And Matthew and Sarah, how long have you been together?
Oh, like, okay. Actually, I think it's been like just like 3 months and a half maybe. Like a little bit.
Well,
So many
that's
times.
so short. It's good.
Wait a second. So it's only December now? I thought it was February. 3 months only. So that means Christmas is coming. Still coming?
No, but really.
Did I go back in time?
Yeah.
Everybody knows you guys have been together since day 1 in September.
Yes.
That's not true. Don't lie.
No, that's not true.
Okay, so officially,
I need to say that she and me were like, how do you say, filtering?
filtering.
For so long.
Okay.
But in terms of dating, only 3 months.
Oh, flirting. I thought you said filtering. For Instagram.
No.
Listen, okay, so what made it official?
He proposed. It's hot year. So.
That's it.
Okay, thank you all for talking. Now we're gonna have an interview of Baccalaureate.
Okay. Hi, it's me Sarah, and we are going to have like a couple of programs. We had the first part of this interview, so now we're going to have the second part. Oh, actually, we are going to have Patty, our biology teacher, and Noria, who is the main, I don't know, the principal.
The
Yes, she's the
the
boss.
chief of studies, she is.
Yeah.
Hello, we are here with Patty, who's teaching the two types of baccalaureate, and we're going to ask her some questions. Patty, what do you think about the two baccalaureates?
Oh, well, they are very different, one with each other. And for example, the IB has a different method, which is more practical and less academic, where the students have to learn to think and relate different concepts and processes. And of course, they have to learn by heart, but not almost exclusively, as in the LOMCE baccalaureate. There are 9 subjects, and 3 of them don't have a really exam. They are the monography, where they have to make a research report, theory of knowledge, when they have to write an extended essay, and service, action, and creativity, where they have to perform an activity for the community.
And do you see some advantages on the IB?
Well, clear advantage is that the IB method is fantastic. Students really learn and don't forget what they have studied, because they really understand the concepts. In the case of science, for example, the subjects, they spend a lot of time into the lab researching what they want to investigate, so they become curious, creative, and inquire. A disadvantage could be that at the beginning it could be more difficult.
And which one of the 2 baccalaureates do you prefer?
Of course, I prefer the IB. It's a great way in which students enjoy the last years of high school.
Bueno, yo lo pongo aquí. ¿Quién va a responder? La metodología, la forma de trabajar en el aula es mucho más práctica que en bachillerato lo hice. Por ejemplo, los alumnos que dan física, química o biología tienen una parte teórica y también tienen una parte práctica. Y luego hay asignaturas como lengua e inglés que también son fundamentalmente prácticas, más preparadas, como se trabaja ahora en la universidad. Muchos trabajos, redacción, etc. Y las guías se actualizan cada 4 años, con lo cual lo que estamos estudiando se va actualizando.
So basically what Nuria said is that the international one, it's more practical, and it prepares you better for, you know, the university style, and also it helps you see how to work with other people, and yeah, and that's it.
Okay, thank you, because I think that there are many people that doesn't know what baccalaureate to choose, they want to choose. So thank you for informing us. Now we are having some ads. We will be back soon.
Are you tired of studying until night? Well, we have the answer. You just have to take a pill and you remember everything.
Are you tired of your backpack of always? Here you have a purchase for a brand new backpack every day.
Remember to follow us in our Instagram account. Just search 4th FM and you will catch up with us. Next week are the exams and nobody can stop studying. Yesterday my friends and I started to study and we found on YouTube a teacher called Learn With Me. And we believe that it is a great idea because you understand everything super fast.
Okay, welcome back. Now we're gonna say the question of the week, and the question is this: should cell phones be used during class? So Carmen, what do you think?
So I think there's 2 sides to this, because I think I don't think they should be used in class, because really school's the only times when you can actually disconnect from your phones, because when you go back home or whatever, you always have your phone with you, and I think teenagers nowadays always have them next to them. So it's like a few hours where you can disconnect and not worry about where it is, if you're getting messages and stuff like that. But then again, they're also useful in a few ways.
thank you. So, Maria, what do you think about this?
I think using phones, there is a good way because you can search things on the internet, you can talk with friends which are not next to you, but at the same time, I think they are not very useful because they can cause you health problems.
Okay. Mignana, what do you think?
I think it's good it's good like only for the thing that you can search and talk with friends, as Maria said.
Yes, but
But also in class, you are going to get distracted with it and you are not going to pay attention, so it's not going to help you a lot in, in terms of being in class.
Also, can I report something?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
It's more like we all have been into so many talkings about cell phones or drugs or whatever that I think we all think what they have told us, but maybe we could, like, if there was I don't know, like an app that could like stop the phone from getting into certain websites, I think that we could use it in class.
There
No?
are apps.
Okay, so
Please.
why don't the school like allow it? I mean, like,
Can you say that again, because I didn't. So if there was a way to control,
you know, like the
time of the apps, no?
I mean, not like the time, but for example, if we're in class and we need to take the phone, like for controlling like our
yes,
computer,
for even
Yeah.
for some activities, I'm in favor of using phones in class. I think we should teach how to
Same.
use the phone in class,
Yeah.
because where else are you going to learn it? You know what I mean? You learn from experience, obviously, but if we have the power here to teach you in the good use of a phone, why not do it? That's
because
my
that's the
point.
thing. Because later, like for example, at night, I know that mostly all of us we use the phones at night, like until late hours. So things like maybe if we were able to use it along the day, we wouldn't use it at night.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but we didn't be attentive in the class.
You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the same with the computers.
But how about listen, your parents go sometimes, I'm sure, well, depending on what they work on, okay, but everybody, when at their jobs, they have meetings, and at meetings people consult their phones, not all the time, because obviously you take into account that they are responsible. So
Yeah, but in our age, we
yes, but that's the point. Shouldn't you be learning how to use it well at your age? Because I've seen adults that also don't know the difference between, hey, this is a moment when you have to be looking at me in my face, and this is a moment when you can consult your phone. And there are things that need attention, immediate attention from your phone, and other things can wait. Don't you agree?
Yes.
And you learn that obviously with experience. More than with the age, I think it's with experience. But the more experience we can give you in school.
Yes, but in class, if you have the phone next to you,
Yes.
you're not going to pay a lot of attention to some
But you
teachers.
guys, okay, I understand your point, but the phone can be, it's a two-sided weapon if you think about it, because yes, the phone has apps like, I'm showing WhatsApp as I speak. It has WhatsApp and other social media apps, which require your attention to distract you, basically. But there are also, a phone is also a source of information.
Yeah, but we have the computer.
So
Yes, but for example, right now you're talking and explaining. Imagine everyone had their phone. How
No.
many people would listen?
I understand your point. What I'm trying to say is that if everybody knew how to use their phone according to the situation, then there would be that problem wouldn't exist, because everybody would be used to, yes, I have my phone, but I'm used to it. And I don't, do you know what I mean? It's like, for example, I'm sure if I'm gonna give a very stupid example, okay? But Alvaro, who is sitting in front of me, has a hoodie with a zipper. Can you put it up and down next to the microphone so people know what a zipper is? Can you? Yes. Yeah, that noise. Great. I'm sure if we could travel back in time and we took that hoodie to the Middle Ages, it would be very difficult to keep people's attention if that was in the room, or if they were wearing one of those, because they would be playing with it all the time. But once now Alvaro is wearing it and he doesn't play with it because for him it's not something new. Do you see my point? Yes. The more we are used to something for everything, both good things and bad things, the more capable we will be, I think, of knowing when to use it for one thing or another. But it's just my humble opinion, not that I am an expert in this or anything.
As well, but I think like teachers, it's not being lazy, but it's just kind of hard getting started with it, because you know that at the start it's going to be hard to get everyone's attention, and it's just like starting. It's not
Yeah,
the
but we
focus.
have the same problem with the computers, I think.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are used to it. We have been
Like
for
some of the
years.
teachers is like, no, computers
computers,
no, because
You get it.
yes, and we have to
And
play.
that's true.
Yeah, but we've been 3 years with the computers, and we also watch or play games.
I think you guys, well, for one thing, but that's a completely different debate. I think I would say that you can play or listen to music as well as work at the same time. Everyone can multitask. Some people better than others, it's true, but I sometimes do that.
Well, play.
Well, if it's a video game for which you need to
Like
use both hands, obviously not. But you can, I don't know.
Yes.
Sometimes music makes you work better. So
Yes, but music, of course, yes.
yes, but see, that's the same thing. If 20 years ago we had allowed cassette players or CD players into the classrooms, people would have said that it was a crazy idea, that everybody would have got we're going to get distracted. You see my point?
Yes.
We don't have to. I think I share Carmen's opinion that yes, at the beginning it might be a challenge for many teachers, especially people who are not used to it themselves, because that's where the problem comes from. I think if teachers don't know how to use a tool for both leisure and responsibility, then maybe that's where the problem comes from someone who doesn't know the difference themselves and is afraid to use it. But I'd say it's very reasonable to maintain that learning these days doesn't come from books only or from tables, like you know what I mean, from taking notes. That isn't the only thing that makes you learn, is it? What do you think?
Yes, I think you are right.
Yes.
Don't you learn things from other devices, from
Yes,
somehow
obviously I
else?
learn a lot of things just by
experiencing them, talking to someone about them. There are so many ways. It isn't just, in fact, most of the things we learn is because we do them. And most jobs get done through a computer. So, and or a phone. All the jobs, I think, these days. Most jobs, let's say most jobs. Not all, most. Let's say most.
To make the accounts.
Yes, exactly. So we need to be used to seeing the computer as a working tool, which I think Nadia said for the last 3 years you guys have been working with them. If this what's that? Hello.
What?
No, yes, I'll talk to Mike.
Can you hear me?
We have some.
No, because
Technical problems.
Okay. No,
Now?
no, yes, no.
Hey.
Yes, no.
no, nothing.
Alright, no, this.
Yeah. Okay.
We have
Can you explain that we had some technical difficulties?
Okay, sorry for this because we had some technical difficulties. Where were we?
Unity.
Okay, goodbye. Now this the program has finished. Goodbye. Thank you all for listening, and we will be back on the next program.